Well, it was a tale of two halves. We really played great in the first half, and really because of Cincinnati's intensity in the second half, we just didn't seem to match it when they started the second half. But really proud of this group, proud of how they competed all year long, especially in the last couple of weeks. So, questions?
Take questions for Coach and the student athletes. Raise your hand and we'll get a microphone to you, please.
Can you talk about a little bit more about the first half, and you shot 50% and seemed to get or make whatever shots you needed to make at whatever time?
Yeah, when you make shots, things seem to go a lot smoother, look a lot easier. And yeah, and Jamal really got us off to a great start. I think he had and that was huge. And again, I thought we did the things we had to do. We rebounded with them. We did some things that just that period of time. But in the first half, we were really moving the ball, really doing a good job of penetrating and finding people open. I thought we kind of got them back on the heels some because we were making shots and attacking the basket. And that was the difference again. Even though we got to the free throw line and made our free throws in the first half, something we struggled a little bit in the second half with.
Mark?
Jamal, right here. What was that feeling like going into halftime and just throughout the first half when you're kind of taking it to a really good team, and then I guess what do you think went wrong? I guess especially early in the second half when they went on a 21-2 run.
I mean, it was a great feeling. I mean, going into the half strong. I mean, we had a lot of momentum going into halftime, but Coach always tells us the halftime score is the most insignificant score. And I mean, we came out in the second half just flat. We weren't focused, and we just didn't have the same amount of energy they came out with, and that's why they came back, stormed back with a vengeance.
Tubby, with Jamal's performance in the first half, how happy are you to see a performance like that at the end of the year, kind of showing, it seemed like he had a confidence and just a way about him that maybe he didn't have at the beginning of the year. What did that tell you about him, that first half performance?
Well, he's been starting quite a few games for us, and Jamal he's had a bad shoulder most of the season, and I know that affected his shot a lot. And his, in this game, when you're a freshman, it takes a while to build up your stamina, the endurance, the toughness you need to have. By this time last year, they were, maybe 2 weeks ago, he was probably done playing basketball in high school. So it's maybe added a couple games to him, and the physicality of the game, I thought, that can wear you down. So I thought he went through a period during the season there where that took a toll. But then, everybody gets rejuvenated when there's a new season, second half of the season, and postseason play. And he's been working hard on his shot. He had to have a shot. Looking at his line, 5-5, 4-for-4, just an outstanding performance. And certainly we needed, and that got us off to the great start. Again, the second half was, as you said, we were a little flat coming out, but a lot of it had to do with just their intensity level and they just raised their level of play.
Over here.
What are some of the challenges preparing for a player like Gary Clark?
Well, his versatility and his toughness. He just, he can score around the basket, and then he can put it on the floor. He's a nightmare as far as a matchup is concerned. And I thought for the first half, we were okay, but you look down, he was still 4 for 7, leading scorer and leading rebounder for the half. And he was a guy that as long as he's not in foul trouble, he's going to be. It's just his physicality. He's relentlessly always going after the ball. And you got to box him out, and you got to make sure you get a good. Almost have to hold him to get him to stop from going to the basket. That's what makes him, just his tenacity. He just is a hard worker, and you can tell he's He's a tough kid.
Toby, obviously you've read and heard what's been said this week about your job security. Do you think you've coached your last game at Memphis?
Who knows?
Follow-up. Do you think you've done enough to earn an invitation to the NIT this year?
You know, we've had a tough, we've lost some tough games this year. I mean, some games that really hurt us. You know, the East Carolina lost there, South Florida lost late. But, you know, we've done some good things at the end of the season. We really didn't beat anyone of significance, I guess you could say. But this group has really come on and to kind of overachieve to some degree. You know, when you finish 9th in the league and we finish 5th, and we finished, we're one of the final 4 teams in the tournament. So it might, might help. But I know there's a lot of good teams out there. And certainly we'd love to be in it. But again, that's not our, we have a lot to do with it. If we'd done what we were supposed to do, we probably, would be in the big dance, but we didn't. So now it's a matter of just, I think we could, because we're playing so well, I think we would play well in it.
Any final questions? Memphis, thank you.
Thank you.